Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kala Kala Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kala Kala Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kala Kala Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kala Kala Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kala Kala Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho
మనవ్యాలకించరాదటే 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 మర్మమెల్లదిల్ పెదనే మనసా మనవ్యాలకించరాదటే మర్మమెల్లదిల్ పెదనే మనసా మనవ్యాలకించరా ఘనుడైన 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 శ్రీరామచంద్రుని ఘనుడైన శ్రీరామచంద్రుని ఘనుడైన శ్రీరామచంద్రుని కరుణాతరంగముదల్పిన నాఘనుడైన శ్రీరామచంద్రుని కరుణాతరంగముదల్పిన మనవ్యాలకించరాదటే మర్మమెల్లదిల్ పెద్దనే మనసా మనవ్యాలకించరా కర్మకాండమాతా కృష్ణులై భవ కర్మకాండమాతా కృష్ణులై భవ గహనచారులై గాసి చల్తకా కర్మకాండమాతా కృష్ణులై భవ గహనచారులై గాసి చల్తకా కని మానవా అవతారులై కని మానవా అవతారులై కని పిల్చినటే నటత త్యాగరాజు మనవ్యాలకించరాదటే మర్మమెల్లదిల్ పెదనే మనసా మనవ్యాలకించరా
Jaya 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 Mahadeva. Jaya 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 Mahadeva. Shiva Shankar Adi Anant. Shiva Shankar Adi Anant. Jaya Jaya Jaya. Jaya Jaya. Jaya Jaya. Jaya 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 Mahadeva. Well, the death toll in the United States has crossed 58,000, which is more than the fatalities in Vietnam War. In many ways, Vietnam War became a kind of a turning point for the American people, because post-World War II, they had really believed that this is the end of war. So, when 57,000 people, American soldiers, got killed, there was a kind of a awakening in the society. But now, this virus has taken more than that. These are not soldiers, these are ordinary people. They didn't go out to fight anywhere. Well, in the rest of the world, it's getting contained. Particularly in India, it's looking very positive because 2/3 of all the positive cases are right now restricted to just 15 districts in the country. That means we have managed to geographically contain it, which is the way to get on top of this situation. Geographically it's contained, partial relaxations are beginning to happen in various parts of the country. Agriculture is back, small industries are getting back, partial attendance at various offices and industries has begun. So only 15 districts or 2/3, and nearly 46% is just in 5 districts. Mumbai, Delhi, Indore are the real hotspots right now. So these cities, if they are contained, rest of the country is slowly coming under control. So some of the states have already extended up to May 15th, the lockdown. Tamil Nadu also may go for geographically contained. All the red zones will definitely get extension of lockdowns. And well, that's where we are in a way. Today, for some reason they've declared this is the International Dance Day. Well, in this culture, an enormous attention has been paid to what are the things that physical body can do and what sort of postures and movements would lead to the advancement of the individual human being who inhabits that body if you use the body in a certain way. Based on this, various classical dances were developed, very exquisite expositions of what the body can do, not in terms of acrobatics, but in terms of various things that you can do with the body gracefully, with a deep or very profound involvement on the level of your emotion, a certain mathematic and rhythm to all that we are doing. Like this, dance forms evolved largely from temples in the country. Till about a few centuries ago, dances were mainly performed only in the temples because dancers only performed to the divine. People could also manage to see, but mainly the performance was for the divine and nobody else. They played music only for the divine. Others could overhear. That was the basic attitude towards music and dance because they were seen as… one thing is an expression of the exuberance of what human beings can be, another thing is as as a means to achieve a certain fulfillment, as a means to achieve a certain freedom, certain liberation, or come to a state of abandon. Well, this is the only culture where even our gods have to dance. A god who doesn't dance does not pass the muster here. A serious god sitting somewhere like that, Indian people won't buy it. He has to dance to prove that he's a god. Krishna is a dancer, Shiva is known as the very basis of dance. So dance was not seen just as entertainment, as an art form, but as an exposition of the nature of creation itself. So the image of Nataraja, a 2-meter tall Nataraja is installed in front of the sun laboratory in Europe because in the minds of the scientists who had delved into these aspects of life, of particles, subatomic particles and other aspects of the cosmos, they all felt the closest explanation or description that you could give for the phenomena of creation is dance. They are dancing in a certain way. Well, always yoga described both creation and destruction as tandava. That means a wild dance, but phenomenally synchronized. So Shiva Radha Yogi is a representative of that. A whole culture has been bred from that dimension of understanding. So today is International Dance Day, and if you want to maintain social distancing, that's the best thing you can do, simply dance by yourself. Because in most other cultures, people always understand dance means to dance with somebody. But here dance means we'll close our eyes and go crazy. You know, human body I don't know if you have seen, probably you must have seen those rat snakes in the pond, sometimes dancing together, two of them. But you must see the king cobras dancing. It is absolute phenomenon. King cobras dancing is a sight of your life. Well, you definitely have seen peacocks dancing out here. They've got such a big plume, you don't have nothing like that to shake it like that, you know. You have a clunky body full of bones. You're not like a king cobra, you know. So even with this clunky body, when you feel joy in your heart, even with this bony, clunky body, you still feel like dancing. So I have a little poem for you. It's called Dance. When joy fills your heart, even with your bony, clunky limbs become graceful. When joy fills your heart, even your bony, clunky limbs become graceful. All creatures, when at their best, burst forth into dance. All creatures, when at their best, burst forth into dance. Not just a graceful king cobra or a delightful peacock, even the gangly cricket and ungainly hippopotamus do their own gig. Not just the graceful king cobra or a delightful peacock, even gangly cricket and ungainly hippopotamus do their own gig. In this land, even gods, sages and seers dropped falsehood of seriousness, serious dignity and danced to their heart's content. In this land, even gods, sages and seers dropped falsehood of serious dignity and danced to their heart's content. Make life a dance of grace. For those of you who felt it was too long a dance, a short one, okay. This is also called dance. When your heart is full and mind When your heart is full and mind unmindful as to who you are or not, when your heart is full and mind unmindful as to who you are or not, your feet shall dance. There is no method but just an abandon. Your feet shall dance. There is no method but just an abandon. So, there are days dedicated to every kind of thing. I heard there is one bubble bath day. But a day for dance is a good reminder for human beings because most of them have… because they're carrying a mountain on their head, many of them. Some of them are carrying the very planet on their head. Because of that, they cannot dance because such a big weight. Their belief systems, their philosophies, their ideologies, their bloody scriptures, endless amount of burden. So you cannot dance. For dance, you must be a current life, not an ancient life. Can ancient people dance? How can the dead dance, I'm asking? Ancient people cannot dance. Only current life can dance. One who is alive today can dance. So if you try to live because your idea of value comes from its ancientness always, If something has to be good, it must be minimum 1,000 years old. Because it doesn't take any intelligence or awareness to value what is old. Like for example, Krishna means always dance. Well, after 5 or 6,000 years nearly, everybody says Krishna, Krishna. But when he was alive, there were all kinds of accusations. Only those who had a heart for him danced with him. Others, there was no social media, but there was still a society, small scale, all kinds of accusations. But now everybody appreciates him because long gone. Now it doesn't take any intelligence, you have already fixed him. Krishna is our God, so no problem, he's perfect. When you have little trouble with him, you will make him into Balakrishna. So, one who dances somehow is not fitting into your logic. So you need distance of time to appreciate him. But he's gone. Now also, Krishna or whatever other names is not about that person, it is about that dimension or that aspect of life. If Krishna or Shiva doesn't come alive in you right now, you worshipping the dead one, not of much value. If you're using him as an inspiration, all right, it's fine with me. Because you need somebody who's been endorsed by 1,000 generations of people, otherwise you don't have the intelligence to figure out what is valuable, what is not valuable. If you have to see value to something that's happening now, then you have to apply yourself. You have to experiment with your own life, otherwise you won't know. But to appreciate something that happened 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 years ago, very easy because everybody's been saying so. This doesn't mean you will experience it. It is just that you will get some identity. You will join a major gang or a major fan club. You feel part of it, you will feel brotherhood. Brotherhood, if you must have brotherhood, it must be with every creature on this planet. But if your brotherhood is only limited to a certain number of people, this is the beginning of tyranny. As that brotherhood gets bigger, it will become absolutely tyrannical. That's why most religions have caused more violence than anybody else on the planet, simply because brotherhood. Brotherhood with a limited identity is a disastrous process. That is why you must dance. If you dance, your brotherhood falls down a little bit. Very important. Because all this nonsense you have built on the dirty little logic that you have in your head. You got dirty little logic in your head. With that, you're trying to structure your life, and the heavens also decided by you what should be there. Even the content of heaven is decided by you, look at this. The quality of God's also decided by you. It's a good trick, but you're like a spider who's caught in his own web. A spider who casts web for his victims is a smart spider. But a spider who gets caught in his own web is a stupid spider. Yes. And that is what your psychological process is. As this web becomes thicker and thicker, your feet will become full of lead, it can't move. You must be little shameless about yourself to dance. Otherwise you're always worried, how do I look, how do I look, how do I look? You look like an idiot, so what? What is the problem in being an idiot for some time, huh? If you're really smart, you would like to play the idiot for a little while. But if you're stupid, then you're afraid that you'll be recognized. This happened. A young miss went into a clothing store and she went to the salesperson and said, "I would like to try the dress in the window." The salesperson said, "Miss, you you will have to do it like everybody else in the dressing room. Can't do it in the window, okay?" So, people are filling themselves with so much stuff which doesn't belong to life. If they fill themselves with this air, even food is good. Or fill themselves with all the sights and sounds of nature and life, they would feel like dancing. They fill themselves with philosophies, ideologies, scriptures, all kinds of things. Even logically absurd. Some of them are logically… they're dirty little logic. But many of them are not even dirty little logic, it's super dirty little logic. With such structures, they try to run their life. So no wonder, always feeling insecure, you think always your belief system, your philosophy, your ideology is under threat. Just look at the history of humanity. Those who strongly believed in an ideology or a philosophy or a belief system or a certain kind of ritual or practice, they're the people who killed everything on this planet. The dancing people never went about killing anybody because it doesn't occur to you. When your heart is full of joy, it doesn't occur to you how to kill somebody because you don't feel threatened by anything. You don't feel insecure. Because first of all, you got nothing to protect because you know there's nothing to this. Life is the magnanimity of creation. It's for you to make the maximum out of it. Maximum out of it means immediately people will think, see, today lot of young people are listening to me, they'll say, "Oh, this is it, Sadhguru is saying we must party, let's go out, but this damn lockdown." No. What you are saying is, you must fuel up to dance. No. What I am saying is, you must empty yourself to dance. I am talking about abandon. You're talking about putting spirits into yourself. These are two different things. Well, when you are drunk or drugged, you may act like you're in a state of abandon. No, you lost your awareness, that's a different matter. Coming to your state of abandon and losing your consciousness or awareness is a different thing. Do not mistake these two ever. If the dance itself is a drug, that is fine. But if you're drugged and dancing, not of much value. So, today is the International Day of Dance. But people are at home and cribbing, they have no work, they could dance the whole day. And dance need not necessarily mean doing something with music on. You can work like it's a dance, you can move like it's a dance, you can do every simple act like it's a dance. Dance means you're doing physical movements more gracefully than being a clunky nonsense. That's all. Please.
This question is from Bhargav. Namaskaram Sadhguru.
From whom?
Bhargav.
Oh.
What have been the most powerful revelations to you personally about this pandemic?
It's not very clear to me. Can you do something?
What have been the most powerful revelations to you personally about this pandemic? Since one of your biographical books says you are in directly touch with Mahadev, what has he shared about this occurrence and its place in human history?
What is that part?
What has he shared about this occurrence and its place in human history?
Well, that is a biography, it's not an autobiography, so don't blame me. So what is Shiva's opinion on the virus? You must understand that the nature of that which you call as Shiva is fine with the virus. As long as the virus is dancing strong, he says, my blessings are there with you. I told you, it's like Lao Tzu's justice. If the virus says, Shiva, we want to dance across the planet, he says, all the best, I'm with you. If you go and says, Shiva, we want to really live well, he says, all the best, I'm with you. Because he's with life. You need to understand virus is also life. It's conducting itself very smartly right now. It seems scientists are saying it has mutated itself into 10 different dimensions already, 10 different varieties or whatever. So even if you come up with a vaccine which they claim they will come up soon, only one may go, other 9 still there, and those 9 may become 900, who knows? So if they're really that smart, I think he'll bless them. Because they're also life. You think only your life, that's a big mistake. They are also life. But our life is precious to us. We want to live, they also want to live. If you were really as strong as a bat, I don't know, it's still… what to say. It is still a controversial question. Some people are assuming it's from the bat, some people say it's from somewhere else. But let us say it's from the bat, and if you were as strong as the bat, no problem with the virus. Right now the problem is, somewhere we are still not geared to handle all the life microorganisms that could affect us. Many we have mastered within ourselves, some we have not. So at this time, you must do social distancing just like Shiva. Most of his life he was in social distancing, you know. Yes, if everybody sat and meditated for 15 days, virus is dead. 14 days what it needs. 15 days if everybody went into this, well, this looks like rubbing insult into injury. No, I'm not trying to make fun of it, but you are the one who brought up this. What is Shiva saying about the virus? This is what he would say, because he is for all life. He is a Pashupati. That means he is the master of all life. So he will not discriminate between you and a virus simply because it is smaller and you're bigger. That would not be fair, isn't it? Just because you're little bigger and he is small, No, Shiva won't discriminate. So you better get your brains in order and handle this responsibly and beat the damn virus.
Next question is from Rajita. In our Indian societies, we somehow rally together during the crisis time. Younger generation will go out and wait in grocery lines to bring groceries home for the family. In West, where individualism is prevalent, it has been observed that older people have little care infrastructure. A diplomat friend says elderly who live alone have been ill prepared for such a pandemic. Do you feel that West will realize that individualism has limited appeal and at some stage and in some circumstances change?
Well, let me tell you. Once there was a very chauvinistic politician and suddenly he changed. Not because he saw light, because he felt the heat at home. So similarly, there must be some heat at home. So people go out and do things. Always comparing whatever little things in the society to the Western society and saying they don't have that, we have this, no, that's not true. See, if you look back a few generations ago, let's say even 2 or 3 generations ago, a family meant you, of course your spouse, children, your parents, her parents usually, or maybe not, your uncles, your aunts, your granduncle, and another old man, you do not know what he is, he's somehow related to you. Yes Like this, it would be an arrangement. Even small family means 25, 30 people. Big family means 300, 400 people. Because the economic process was such, unless you stayed together, you were not safe. Social processes also were such, you had a big benefit in staying together. As the economy grows and modern education gets into your head, naturally today family means husband, wife, children. Parents, if they're very sick or something, sometimes they can visit you. Wife's parents, slowly it is going further, maybe in the West it's gone further. Now their idea of family is just either a man or a woman, maybe a child, but just one person and a child. Because they know 2 people, 7 days of the week is not possible. One important aspect, there are many aspects to this, one important aspect is economic freedom. When there was an economic binding, in a family, there was one head of the family, he controlled all the economic power of that family. So everybody stayed there, because if they drop out, they will be destitute. Now everybody can go out and earn something, even if they don't go out, they can work from home and earn money. Now, one word, out, gone. Because there is no economic binding anymore. You must be sincere enough, honest enough to admit, still human societies have not come to a conscious existence. They are still need-driven. Only if needs are there, they stay together. If no needs are there, they will go away. This is why it is very important to form a conscious society. Even if it's a small society, it is important to form a conscious society where everybody is there by choice, not driven by their needs. Otherwise, largely human societies, all animal societies are also like this, they are need-driven. Don't fool yourself and think it is all out of love you have come together. In Mumbai, maybe some 12 million or 13 million people are there. In New York City, some 7–8 million people are there. You think they're all living in such proximity because of their love for each other? You must be fooling yourself. So, even the family is need-driven. If there are no needs, it'll fall apart. Because of needs, it's sticking together. So, India as a nation is at a certain stage of evolution in terms of economic and social process. You will see as economic well-being comes more and more, people will become more and more alone. They would like to live alone by themselves because they can't stand anybody. When you're poor, you're very patient. It's always like that. Once you little wealth comes, suddenly you become… Because people's identity, unfortunately, is built around what they possess. You must be who you are. What you possess is for the usefulness of it, that's all. Things are just for use. But most human beings become something because of the things that they possess. So once it is like that, they are need-driven societies, so this is happening. Anyway, every Indian boy or Indian girl, young girls and boys, they're all ready to go and pick up groceries for you. Don't imagine such things. They're doing it because it's still culturally there and economy also compels that. So, everywhere this is rapidly happening that people beyond a certain age are left to fend for themselves. Those who move into communities and homes, well, they get medical and other kinds of stuff. Will they get the necessary atmosphere of inclusion? We don't know. So there are many ways, society finds its own way. I think I should show you a video. Do we have this? You must see this.
क्या नाम है सर आपका? हाँ, हाँ जी।
मेरा नाम करण पुरी है। मैं अकेला रहता हूँ, सीनियर सिटीजन हूँ। सुन लिख लो।
हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू, हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू, हैप्पी बर्थडे डियर सर, हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू। लो सर, केक काटिए।
अब आपको क्या ऑफर करूँ? मेरा बच्चे बाहर रहते हैं, मैं क्या मेरा
कोई बात ना सर, आपकी फैमिली हम भी, ऐसी बात थोड़ी है।
तभी तो
आपके बच्चे हैं सर, आपके बच्चे। अंकल जी कोई नहीं।
आइए अंकल, प्लीज आइए, केक कटिंग करो।
कैप सर, कैप
कैप लगा के।
कोई बात नहीं अंकल जी, कोई बात नहीं।
Thank you, you made my day.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday dear uncle.
Happy birthday to you.
This is the much-hated Delhi police. Well, everywhere in the world, particularly in India, I find The police personnel are doing such a fabulous job. Nobody had ever imagined. Nobody ever imagined a uniformed person has such a kind heart hidden behind that rough uniform, but they are showing who they are right now. So a lot of people, in the name of being independent or being modern, there is a certain vacancy in the place where there should have been a heart. So this is not Western or Eastern. Individual human beings are like that, wherever you are. Oh, I think we've crossed the time, I'm sorry. Because today is World Dance Day, we thought we'll play some nice music for you so that you dance wherever you are.
Tandanane, tandanane, ele lo ele sa, ele